I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving.
What's poppin', guys? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Man, oh man, we finally got through it. 4 hours and some change for wrestling. 4 hours. Man, I am beat. I am exhausted. I'm kind of out of it, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of out of it. A lot of wrestling this weekend. A lot of wrestling. A lot. We had Impact Under Siege on Friday. Saturday, we had Night of Champions. And then we had on Sunday, Double or Nothing and NXT. And I actually watched Double or Nothing and NXT simultaneously. So I had chips, I had flaming hot Doritos and water. Because, man, them things are spicy and hot as shit. I was like, damn. But I got through it. You know, Double or Nothing was, for the most part, decent. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was just decent. And I feel like Tony Khan's going to have to realize that less is more. And some of these matches on this card did not need to be on Double or Nothing. That's just the honest truth. That's something that Tony Khan is going to have to get a grip on very, very soon. We don't need a 4+ hour pay-per-view. We don't need that. At least I don't. Because I feel like you can get your point across with at least 3 hours, maybe 3 hours and 15 minutes. That, to me, is solid. But overall, Double or Nothing was okay. It was decent. Way too long for my liking, though. Way too long. And like I said, I was watching this simultaneously with NXT. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you guys up. I'm serious. I had NXT on my laptop. I was watching it on Peacock via my laptop, and then I was watching Double or Nothing on my 45-inch TV on Fire Stick, which I would advise everyone to get. Get you a Fire Stick. It's great. I love it. That's how I watch all of my AEW pay-per-views. All of them. That's how I've done it for the last maybe 5, 6, 7 months I've had it. So I really do like Fire Stick. Like it's worth it. It's very much worth it. But let's go ahead and get into the show, shall we? We kicked the show off with the first match of the night, that being the Blackjack Battle Royal for the AEW International Championship. And I'm pissed. Why? Because Orange Cassidy won. Out of all the guys in this thing, you chose to keep the title on Orange Cassidy. Tony Khan, what the hell are you doing, bro? What are you doing? What exactly are you doing, man? This doesn't make any sense. So we couldn't give it to a Jay White or a Brian Cage or a Keith Lee or Swerve Strickland or who else was in this thing? Ricky Starks, W. Morrissey, a.k.a. Big Bill. Oh, my God. Ugh. I want to barf just saying that damn name. I hate that name. Big Bill. Ugh. What? So Orange Cassidy wins. It comes down to Swerve and Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy wins. And I'm just like, this is stupid. This is absolutely stupid. Again, I don't understand why we continue to go with Orange Cassidy. The man isn't as over as he once was. It's time to change his gimmick. It's time. I mean, I don't get it. He's beaten everybody on the roster in in the mid-card. He's beating everybody. Who is literally going to take this title from Orange Cassidy? Who? Who is it going to be? I can't think of anybody. Like I said before, you had 4 or 5, you had close to at least 6 choices that were believable that could win this thing. And all 6 of them I would have been fine with. Whether it would have been Keith Lee, Swerve Strickland, W. Morrissey, Jay White, Ricky Starks. Any of those guys would have been fine with me. But we decided to go back to Orange Cassidy. I don't get it. I don't get it. And it makes 0 damn sense. Moving on. Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho. Unsanctioned match with Sabu and Roderick Strong by the side of Adam Cole and the JAS in the corner of Chris Jericho. This match here was okay. I actually enjoyed it. I was kind of shocked that it went on second, but it actually made sense. What I didn't like about the match was the finish. The finish came when Adam Cole had the chain wrapped around his hand, and he was beating Jericho senseless with it, and so the referee decided to do a referee stoppage. And I'm just like, this gave me Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins vibes from 2019 in their Hell in a Cell match. And that match, to this day, still pisses me the fuck off with that. Like, I don't understand why Aubrey Edwards called it off. Again, this is an unsanctioned match. It doesn't matter if Chris Jericho is unconscious. He's still breathing. I don't get it. I really don't. And there were people in the crowd who were pissed. Like, people booed. There were somewhat audible, loud boos. It wasn't all in unison, but it was boos there for sure. Also, Britt Baker, she got into the match as well. She got involved earlier on in the match. She had a kendo stick, and Saraya, she got involved as well, and those two brawled and stuff. There was also a fire extinguisher involved. One point in the match, Adam Cole hit the boom, aka the last shot. I thought that was over when he hit it, but Jericho kicked out. So, Adam Cole wins via referee stoppage, but again, we should have had the finish with it being the boom. Adam Cole should have won the match being the boom. If he would have had to have done it at least 2 booms in a row, I would have much rather went with that finish versus going with the referee stoppage. That's just me. Moving on, a match that didn't really need to be on the show at all. This could have took place on Dynamite or even Rampage, if we're being honest. That being FTR versus Team TNA, which is Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, for the AEW Tag Team Championships, with Mark Briscoe as a special guest referee. I didn't like this match. It went on way too long for me. It felt like forever. There were too many bizarre spots in this match. Like Karen Jarrett, she got involved. The shittiest man in the world, shittiest wrestler in the world, that being Sanjay Dutt, he got involved. So basically, towards the end of the match, Jeff Jarrett, he got pissed with Mark Briscoe. So he started slapping and shoving Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe then decks him. And FTR, they hit the big rig for the 1, 2, 3. Again, it doesn't really matter, but I don't know why this didn't happen on Dynamite. I really don't. again, the crowd wasn't even really that into this, if we're being all that honest, because I was like, oh my God. It was funny during commentary. Jim Ross was talking shit to Sanjay Dutt. That was hilarious. That had me rolling. I'm like, JR gets it. He gets it. So shout out to Jim Ross. Moving on. So Alex Marvez, he's backstage. Oh, I forgot to mention that Karen Jarrett, she got hit with the guitar. So that was a really cool spot right there. I forgot to mention that. Alex Marvez, he's backstage with Ricky Starks. So Starks, he gets jumped by Bullet Club Gold. So FTR, they come back to make the save. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be 6-man tag action for AEW Dynamite this week. I guarantee you that. All right, moving on. Wardlow versus Christian Cage. Ladder match for the TNT Championship. Wardlow wins. A couple of crazy spots here. We've seen 1,000,005 ladder matches in the past, within just these past 5 months alone, if we're being honest. There are a couple cool spots in the match. There's one part in the match where Arn Anderson bit the thumb of Luchasaurus, and he was gushing blood. And then Wardlow, towards the end of the match, he decided to do a senton through the table, taking out Christian. And Wardlow then climbs up the ladder. Christian Cage fights him off. Then Wardlow climbs up the ladder. He does a powerbomb, and he retrieves the title, and he wins. So that's fine, I guess, but it would have made more sense if Christian Cage would have won. I really don't understand why he didn't win, but it kind of makes sense. So, who knows? I mean, I don't know where you go with Wardlow going forward. I really don't. I don't know who's going to take out. I mean, who's going to take the TNT Championship from Wardlow? I can't think of anybody right now off the top of my head outside of Will Hobbs, but he's going to be going to Collision, so that don't even matter. So, who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. But the match itself was fine. It was kind of slow, but it was fine. Christian Cage didn't take that many bumps in this one. This felt, like I said, to me, kind of like it was safe. A really good safe ladder match. Moving on. Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. So before the match, Jamie Hayter got jumped by the Outcast. So basically, Toni Storm wins via the Storm Zero. This match didn't last no more than like 5 minutes. So it makes sense. I'm glad this happened because we know that Jamie Hayter is legitimately injured. So it does make sense. Really, I would have had this be like a squash match. Like, this should have ended in like a minute. I know that would have pissed people off, but when people are legit injured and you still want to work, that's when I'll just put you through like a real quick squash match and send you on your way. So, Toni Storm wins. It doesn't matter. I don't know what they're going to... I don't know who she's going to feud with. I really don't know anybody right now. Can't think of anything. Next, match 6. The House of Black versus the Acclaimed. So, the House of Black, they had an open challenge, and it was answered by the Acclaimed. So, the House of Black, they win. This is a very decent match. Max Caster had a really good rap. He talked shit to the House of Black. He mentioned how Buddy Matthews is a cuck. Yeah, that was a great line by Max Caster. I LOL'd when he called Buddy Matthews a cuck. That was funny. I loved that. I loved it. So House of Black, they win via the Black Mass. So that's fine. Again, it sucks that they're going to have to go to Collision. Again, they're just in limbo, the House of Black. I mean, I'm glad that they're champions, but what are they doing? You know? I kind of wish, if we're being honest, I kind of wish that Malachi Black was on his own. Let's just be real, you know. I like Buddy Matthews and I like Brody King, but Malachi being on his own would be tremendous. I mean, you could do like Freebird rules for stuff, but I would love to see, you know what? I'd love to see Malachi Black be the one to dethrone Orange Cassidy. I think that'd be great. I think that'd be tremendous, if we're being honest. Yeah, that'd be great. Moving on, match 7. Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie. Jade Cargill had a phenomenal badass entrance. She came out to All the Pretty Girls Walk Like This. I forgot who sings that. I forgot, because I'm not in touch with mainstream rap as much as I used to. But she got her, that song was sung by the rapper or whatever. That was cool. Jade had all her sorority sisters out there. That was great. So she's AKA. So that was phenomenal. And Taya Valkyrie, she had a good entrance as well. This was a hard-hitting match. In the end, Jade Cargill gets the win via the Jaded. So that was great. So now, my girl is 60-0 right now. So Mark Sterling, he gets on the mic and says, there's nobody left for Jade. So Kris Statlander, she comes out to a really good pop, really good ovation. It's been, I want to say, close to a year, if not a little over a year, since we've seen Kris Statlander. So that sets us up for an impromptu match. Statlander wins via an overhook tombstone for the 1-2-3 new TBS champion, Kris Statlander. That's cool. I'm fine with this because the simple fact of the matter is, I don't see Jade challenging for this again on a pay-per-view. I think what they're going to do is probably do maybe a rematch either on Dynamite this week coming up, or build it for like a certain special Dynamite. And then when Jade loses again, you can slot her in for the AEW Women's World Championship. And that's what I would do. I would actually have Jade be the new AEW Women's Champion. I really would. Not like automatically, not right then and there, but I'm saying sometime this year, before the year is over with, Jade should be your new AEW Women's Champion. She's got mainstream appeal, and that would be great. I would do it probably at Full Gear. That's kind of what I would do, if we're being honest. Moving on, we had the 4 Pillars Fatal 4-Way for the AEW World Championship. MJF versus Darby Allin versus Jungle Boy versus Sammy Guevara. So, Sammy Guevara comes out, and him and Tymella, they announced that they're having a child, so that's great. So, at least Sammy will be off our televisions in the next little bit, so that's going to be great right there. Darby had a cool little vignette for him where he kills a dude wearing an MJF mask. So I enjoyed that. MJF had a great entrance as well. He was sitting on a throne wearing the devil mask. And a bunch of women were around him. So that was great. I enjoyed that. This match here was your typical Spot Fest match. It was just way too many false finishes, super kicks, power drivers, Canadian destroyers. There was one point in the match where everyone did their mentor move. So MJF did like the Crossroads. Darby did the Scorpion Death Drop. Sammy did the Code Breaker. And Jungle Boy did the Kill Switch. I thought that was a cool spot right there. So there was this one spot in the match where Sammy did a avalanche Spanish fly to the outside, took everybody out. You know, Sammy's just a spot monkey, man. He's a spot monkey. Towards the end of the match, it comes down to Jack, Perry, and Darby. And so he was able to grab the AEW World Championship. He was about to hit Darby with it, but he looked conflicted. He put it down. So Darby and Jungle Boy continue to fight, but Sammy comes back. He takes out everybody. So it comes down to Darby and Jack Perry. So Darby goes for the coffin drop on MJF. MJF ducked out the way. And he lands on the AEW belt. MJF locks in the headlock takeover for 1, 2, 3, and he retains. So that to me makes the most sense. He gets on the mic. Well, no, he didn't get on the mic, but post match, he's walking up the ramp saying he's getting bored. He wants more competition. So I assume at Wembley, it very well could be MJF versus Goldberg, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you. But, you know, it is what it is. Again, the match was great. It was a bit too PWG-esque for me, but we all know that AEW is a super indie with a big budget backing it. So that's why we're getting that. But the match itself was all right. Finally, the main event, and this is what sold the show for me. This was the match of the night, literally. This was tremendous. I loved this match. Loved it. The Elite versus the Blackpool Combat Club, Anarchy in the Arena. So the Elite come out to Wayward Son, and then the Blackpool Combat Club, they come out to Violent Idol, and they're singing Wild Thing. So yeah, and the guy was not wearing blackface. That's just how he always dresses. Like, who, you know, it's not important. So the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club, they brawl for like a good 5 minutes. And the band, they continue to play. They played for a good like 7 to 8 minutes. They played for a long time, and then finally they stopped. The Young Bucks, they super kicked the lead singer. Don Callis, he joins on commentary. Basically, the match was pure violence. We had just super kicks everywhere, tope suicidas everywhere, screwdrivers, steel chairs. There was one spot in the match where Matt Jackson did like 4 or 5 Northern Light suplexes on the ramp. That was really cool. And then Claudio stopped it. One point in the match, Claudio, he power drived, I believe it was Nick. Yeah, I think it was Nick Jackson on a truck bed. I was like, damn, that was some crazy shit right there. So that was great. Claudio and Nick, they did brawling in the backstage area as well as in the concession stand area. I thought that was great. Claudio did a big swing. That was cool. This was a great match. This was an excellent match. So there was a bunch of V-triggers in this match, as well as the Psycho Knee or whatever it's called. There was a bunch of that in there. But the ending happened when Kenny Omega was going to hit the One Wing Angel on Wheeler Yuta. And so Don Callis, he gets off a commentary, and he distracts Omega. And so Callis is about to get in and confront Omega, but Takeshita, he comes in, he hits the running knee on Omega, and then a screwdriver to the face, and then Wheeler Yuta wins via the seatbelt for the 1, 2, 3. So that was great. I enjoyed that. The match itself was super fun. It's worth watching. Again, I absolutely loved it. It was tremendous. You know, this to me is great. This was kind of like our quote-unquote bloodline story, basically, via AEW. Thought it was tremendous. Having Takeshita join the Blackpool Combat Club is fine. We won't know until Wednesday, but this is great. You know, I thoroughly enjoyed this. This was excellent. This is must-see, must-watch. Other than that, man, the Fatal 4-Way and the Anarchy in the Arena, those two things kind of saved the show for me. Everything else was very, very boring and bland. Even with the Jericho and Adam Cole match, even with that was bland. I hated that finish. I really hated that finish a lot. But all in all, it was an okay show. But what did you guys think? Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to my videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.